I'm going to show you how to use an app called Numbers. Now, you might be thinking Numbers is spreadsheets, and I don't care about spreadsheets or don't use spreadsheets very often. But Numbers is actually one of the most flexible apps that we have on our iPads that allow you to put just about anything else that you want in a numbers document. And one of the advantages is that as long as my devices are logged into the same district Apple ID, that I can actually access things that I create on the computer on my iPad. So you can still make something or maybe design a lesson on the computer and then be able to pull it up on the iPad to be able to teach with it. So when I open up Numbers, it's going to start off, again, looking very much like a spreadsheet. But what I can do is if I create a new document here by hitting the plus sign, they have a bunch of different types of layouts, different templates, and things like that in here. But I'm going to go ahead and just start with a basic blank document. Now, once I have this document open, I'm going to go ahead and click on this little circle in the upper left-hand corner of this table here. This is what you're probably familiar with when you're thinking spreadsheets. But I can actually click on that little circle and hit the delete key. So now what I have here is essentially a blank canvas that I can put anything I want on. So if I hit my plus sign here, I have these little buttons up here at the top that allows me to control whatever I want to add here. The first couple of them are very spreadsheet centric. But the third one here gives me the ability to add a text box, which is literally just a box of text that I can move around and put anywhere I want, or double click or double tap inside of to be able to type into. And so I can just type in whatever text I want. And if I wanted to make it larger, I can highlight it. This little paintbrush here is my format option. So anytime I need to format something, I can just hit the paintbrush after selecting it, and I can change the size, the style, make it bigger, smaller, fonts, all that good stuff. I can adjust all those things if I want. Again, I go back to the plus sign. I also have a whole bunch of shape tools in here that I have access to. There are some generic kind of clip art tools in here too. But the real power in the plus sign, in my opinion, is this last tool, which looks like a photo image option, which does give you the ability to insert photos, which is great. It allows me to take pictures and add them directly or choose them right from my photo library. But I also have the ability to record audio directly into my Numbers document. So I could hit record audio and literally have a built-in recorder that would record test 1 2 test 1 2, and then adds it right into it. I hit insert, and that audio file gets dropped into it. That again, I can move around, reposition, whatever I want. I hit the plus sign again. I have the ability to insert web video. These are things from YouTube. So I can insert YouTube and Vimeo links. All I have to do is paste my YouTube link right in here, and it'll insert that right into this page. I also have the ability to insert what's called an image gallery. This allows me to add multiple images instead of just one in this little gallery, and it'll give me a little slideshow where I could actually swipe with my finger to go image by image, which is pretty slick. I can insert from anywhere on my computer. So if I do insert from, I have the ability to insert things from my iCloud Drive. I could go back. I could get to my Google Drive if I wanted to put things like that in there. I could go back to my files. I mean, anything I have on my device, I can pretty much add into this document, this Numbers document if I want to. I also have an equation editor that I can still insert math equations if I still want to do math type. But again, one of my favorite tools is the ability to insert drawings, and this works just like you would expect it to work. This allows me to write and draw and do whatever I want right here on my document. Anywhere I want, highlight over things. I can change pens, colors, highlighters, erasers, all of that stuff. And then when I'm done, I simply hit done in the upper left-hand corner. And then that drawing now becomes an object that I can actually tap and move it around and reposition it, or tap again if I wanted to and be able to delete it or duplicate it or do whatever I want with it. So Numbers, even though again is a very spreadsheet-centric app, it gives you the flexibility to do just about anything you want. Now, The other really, really cool thing about numbers is if you're familiar with spreadsheets, which you don't have to be, spreadsheets work with what's called a workbook, where you have multiple sheets within a workbook. And the best way to think about that, in my opinion, is to use tabs. So everything I've been doing right here is under sheet 1, which if I double tap on that, I can rename it. And so I could call this literally like first hour. And then if I hit this plus sign, this gives me a new sheet option, which gives me a second tab that, again, I can click on my circle to select it and then delete that. And now I have another blank canvas to be able to insert whatever I want on. And again, double tap the name of it and I could call it second hour. And so now I have all of these tabs open here and I can go through however I want to set this up. It could be hour by hour. It could be different topics. It could be, here's the activity. Here is our extension. Here's your homework. However you want to lay this out, you can do that. And everything is being saved all within this one document. So I can just go up here and rename that document and call it whatever I want. Maybe these are notes for April 7th. And now I have a document that has multiple tabs in it that would contain all of the notes for this entire lesson. Like anything else in Pages, Keynote, or Numbers, it's totally shareable. I can hit my 3 dots when I'm done, and I can go ahead and export it. And when I export, I have the ability to export. I could keep it as a numbers document if I want, or I could just export it as a PDF, and then I can simply take it, throw it in Canvas, do whatever I want with it. Now, if I wanted to teach with this document, this little button up here is what's called like presentation or preview mode. So right now I'm in editing mode that I can click and I can double tap my text and edit and do everything. But if I just wanted to be able to tap to present with this lesson, I can simply tap this button up here and then this goes into a presentation mode essentially, which now my audio is now a live audio file. I would be able to tap and swipe through pictures. It doesn't allow me to move things around, but I can still go from tab to tab and tap on things within my document. If I needed to go back in and make changes, then all I have to do is simply tap edit to get right back into it.